You guys had 2 days. If you haven't seen it at this point, it's your own fault. Welcome to the spoiler review. I'm talking all spoilers. So, the video is literally called spoiler review. If you clicked on it, either you've seen the movie or you just don't care and want to know everything. I don't know. But seriously, go see the movie. It is more than worth your time. I wanted to wait until my girlfriend was done seeing the movie before I put this review out, and it just happened to go along with my original schedule. So, who knows how that works? So, I do not remember where I put my hat right now. Okay. I'll save the two big ones you want me to talk about for the end. But for now, let's just talk about. We'll start with the 5 best Easter eggs. The first one is near the end when it looks like Knuckles is about to drown in the Labyrinth Zone. Sonic goes back in to save him, and as he's lifting it to try and get more time, he takes up an air bubble, just like in the games. That was a really nice detail and pretty good. And then Easter egg number 2, this was the one that was all over the marketing, so this one isn't technically a spoiler, but it kind of is, and that is Ice Cap Zone. Even though it's technically the Himalayas. Screw it, I'm calling it Ice Cap Zone, where Sonic and Knuckles are snowboarding down the hill. Reference number 3 is the bullet time thing from the last movie is in here briefly, and it's also in that same scene when Sonic's commenting about how it's so easy, and then all of Robotnik's buzz bombers and egg drones make these lasers, and it slows down briefly for him to just slide on through them. So yeah, that's the reference to the bullet time from the last movie that happened twice in the last movie. And yes, I know he can use it, and it should be used more here, but if he used it more here, then we wouldn't have a story. So, I don't mind it. Not spoiler, reference number 4. Mean Bean. This one was also kind of in the marketing, and then kind of wasn't. The Mean Bean Coffee Shop, obviously named after the Mean Bean Machine game from the Genesis era. I technically I really don't like it all that much, but it's still a nice little nod. And then number 5. What was the 5th best Easter egg? There were so many good ones. I'm trying to remember them all. I'm trying to remember them all because there was so many Easter eggs. I think I'll go with the actual official name of that temple because that one technically is a spoiler, even though the temples in the trailers doesn't have like an official name until the actual movie. Is Labyrinth Zone from Sonic, the original Sonic, the first Sonic, which is a really really nice little detail. Oh, also bonus Easter egg. It was in the digitized credits. It's the classic Sonic model again, even though this time it's being done by fans and not by hired in-house people from that studio. So, yep, there's my 5 Easter eggs and the bonus Easter egg. Now let's talk about the pop culture references because there's a few in here, and honestly, none of them were really all that bad. First up, Eggman does floss. Okay, let's get it out of the way right now. Eggman does do the floss just like Sonic did twice in the last movie. But here's the thing. When Robotnik does it, it's actually funny because they actually make it build up to another joke that works very, very well. And since he's doing it in front of Knuckles, who is not at all familiar with Earth's customs, it works and it's funny. Not to mention Jim Carrey's awesome over the top acting sells it. Number 2, the Parks and Rec reference when Sonic says that movie is the worst. That is a direct reference to Ben Schwartz's character from Parks and Recreation. I didn't watch the show, but I knew that line because it was memed all over the internet for a good while. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the song in the bar in the cabin scene in this movie in the dance off. That is Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars and I forget the other guy's name. It's by Bruno Mars. Let's just go with that. It's by Bruno Mars. Still a cool song. I think it was my best song of either 2015 or 2016. I'll have to look through my best hit songs lists again. I haven't put any of them out. I just have them all written down in a document. So, yep, that's number 3. So yeah, it was the flossing. That. Oh yeah, another Easter egg. Shamor Moore, the actor that plays Randall in here, he's pretty much a cop in pretty much every project he's in. Think about it. There's I'm trying to remember them all. There's SWAT, there's Criminal Minds, there's sorry, I'm trying to remember them all. But yeah, he's pretty much a cop in everything that he's in. So to have him as a undercover cop in here was both a nice surprise and kind of a nod to his own acting back catalog, which was cool, at least in my opinion. And then that's 4 references, right? Yeah, that's 4 pop culture references. And then the 5th one is actually also technically counts as an Easter egg for the last movie, but it's here. When Tom's phone goes off during the wedding, like how you see in the trailers, it has a picture of Sonic from the last movie. He's got the world's largest rubber band ball hat on, and it's specifically from the scene when he's sitting in the truck right after, like when he's batting the ball around, like in the second trailer from the first movie. So that was both a Sonic reference and a really nice little pop culture reference. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the big plot details here. So, the way this whole quest starts out is that Sonic has this map. And then, after Knuckles gives him a good beatdown and Tails saves him, and then they have the chase, and then we have the Splash Hill truck that was in the other trailers. So that's not a spoiler. It's in the marketing. Look it up. They go to Wade's place. Now, people think that Wade's inclusions in here was just pointless. No, it wasn't. It was to literally do the same thing he did in the last movie. Be the comedic foil. And that's what he did here. He was the comedic foil, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do. And I was actually surprised sometimes how effective he actually was, because not only did he provide a nice refuge for Sonic and Tails to have the scene when this ghost of Longclaw comes up out of the map and tells Sonic that the Master Emerald's real and the history behind it, and that it's his job now to protect it. And yes, if you didn't already read the comic, then this is pretty much confirmation that Longclaw is dead. She did die in that scene in the beginning of the first movie. She is for sure dead. There's no hope about it. Yes, we did not see a body, but she is confirmed to be dead. And this also ties into Knuckles' backstory, when it was actually his tribe of echidnas that attacked Baby Sonic and Longclaw that day in the first movie, which ties him in well into the plot of both films. And then Knuckles lost his dad that day because his dad was leading the charge, and I assume that he was probably among the echidnas that fell out of that tried to chase them through the window when she smashed a window open in the first movie, and we saw a couple of echidnas fall. I think his dad was one of them. So, yeah, his dad died that day, and he pretty much lost everything. So, it ties him in well with Sonic. And then there's the Labyrinth Zone scenes. They're even better than they were in the trailer, because there's way more traps, there is way more comedy, and the whole thing is literally exactly like a Labyrinth Zone, with this giant maze full of traps like fire and spikes and swinging balls and Indiana Jones rocks for some reason. Oh, that part made me laugh so hard. And then Sonic and Knuckles have their real fight in the Labyrinth Zone. Once they're both through the maze, Sonic just smashes through the ceiling, even though Knuckles and Robotnik actually go through the whole thing. Or do they? I don't remember. Did they make it through the whole thing, or did they end up smashing through the wall? Well, whatever. Anyway, they both meet up and have a fight. The fight's awesome, dude. Am I the only one that kind of got Goku versus Vegeta fight vibes out of this? Like the way they were bouncing around off the walls and punching each other, trading blow for blow. And especially when Sonic kind of loses it for a minute and keeps smashing Knuckles through the stone stairs. Like, oh man, that was brutal, but it was also amazing. And then as they're fighting, then Robotnik turns on Knuckles because of course he does, just like in the games. And he steals Master Emerald and he absorbs it pretty much immediately the minute he touches it. And then, while this is all going on, Wade finds out that the Mean Bean coffee shop is obviously the hideout of Robotnik and everything else. So he actually finds a way to sneak in and actually arrests Stone. He handcuffs him to a chair and they have an argument over a bagel, which is great. And then, of course, Robotnik appears, sets Stone free, and then tells Wade to get in the chair. Nice little turnaround. And then the whole gun agency appears right after that. Also, I should admit the whole wedding parts here, shouldn't I? How it ties in. Randall is a gun agent undercover, and he sets up this fake wedding with Commander Walters from the last movie, who we now know is Commander Walters, the white-haired guy directly from the video games. And I also love how they made Olive Garden a running gag in here, like he's talking about, oh well, agent, cancel that Olive Garden order. I'm gonna miss the pasta bowl. That part was too funny. And then once Rachel finds out that this was all a setup, none of it was real, she ain't too happy about it, and they go off on a little side quest to save Sonic and Tails, who get captured by Gun and put in cages in the hotel. And then Tom, since he was trying to protect them, also gets arrested, because of course he does. So Maddie and Rachel go on this hunt. Well, not really a hunt, more of a stealth mission using Tails' gadgets out of the bag that they don't even know what they do to actually get into the building to save them. And it's just as funny and awesome as you'd expect. Again, Rachel's character is fixed here. In the first one, she was annoying. Like, so annoying. But here, not only did they make her less annoying, but they made her character feel more actually relatable. Especially when the big twist comes up that this was all a setup by Gun to capture Sonic and Tails. Well, Sonic, Tails just kind of came as a bonus to them. So, after that, the bride, after the groom actually proves that he actually does love her by doing the hero dive just to get tased and taking it like a baby, which is hilarious. And then Rachel holds up the commander at point with Tails' blaster that we saw in the 4-inch figure toy, with his accessory being a blaster. We wanted to know how to use it. And Tails doesn't use it until the final battle, but Rachel does get to use it and threaten Commander Walters with it, and it is funny. Like, hell hath no fury like a bride scorned, and then just shoots the cake. Oh, that is hilarious. So, with that, she's able to convince the commander, who is now tied up to his own chair, and I think his mouth is either duct taped or gagged, something like that. And since he's kind of in a pointless situation, he takes Tom and Maddie with him back to Green Hills, where they've located Robotnik, because somehow Wade sent some kind of telegram. And he So they all go to the Mean Bean coffee shop to arrest Robotnik, but of course Robotnik, now infused with the Master Emerald, just disintegrates all of their equipment and reuses it, making that giant tornado, which leads to the Death Egg robot, which, just like in the actual Sonic 2, is the final boss of the movie. And we get to see the heroes all assemble together. And that shot when Sonic says, "This is our moment," and you stand like this, it's awesome, dude. It is such an awesome moment. And also a couple other little funny moments I should reference in here. I love the scene, even though this was technically already released. I didn't see it. Um, the scene where Sonic is alone in the house for a while, and he tries all the lifestyles, and he goes skateboarding, and he hangs out with Ozzy, and they have a party and do all this crazy stuff. That part was really funny. Um, I, but the best joke in the whole movie, and I'm not kidding when I say this, is when Knuckles is pretending to be Tom and texting Sonic, and then he's standing behind him like dot, 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 dot. I also love how they made a running gag out of Knuckles not knowing his own strength, so every time he shakes someone's hand, he breaks it. Like, first he does it to Robotnik, then he does it to Agent Stone, and then he does it to Sonic when they meet up on the beach after Knuckles saves his life. So, yeah, but then it comes to the final battle, we get to see some of the cool stuff from the marketing, and some of the stuff was actually really surprising here. Like some of Knuckles' lines, and the part kind of like Avengers style where the camera spins around 360 as all three of them are fighting in one specific direction. That was super cool. And then they all rush the Death Egg robot. And I love Tails' plot here. The way he actually finds a way to make himself the distraction, and then Knuckles is the one that gets to knock out Robotnik and literally knocks the emerald out of him. And then once it does, it falls out of the window, and it badly injured Sonic because he got hit with a missile. Limps all the way to get the emerald. And then Tom and Maddie get him up in the truck because they borrowed one of the Green Hill residents' trucks. And then Robotnik, not wanting them to get away, brings his fist down and smashes that truck the minute he gets the chance. And then as the truck's flipped over, uh, Maddie, Sonic, and Tom all hide behind it. And Sonic's telling them to get out of there. And in a heartwarming moment, they say, no, they're not leaving. Families stick together no matter what. I didn't cry at that part, but man, that one got me right there. Right there. So, once they do all that, and then it looks like he's about to be crushed, and the Master Emerald crumbles, and we see the 7 Chaos Emeralds. And I love the way they worked that in there. So, the Master Emerald crumbles, then the 7 Chaos Emeralds remain, and Sonic just looks like he's pretty much about to die. So, as he closes his eyes and accepts death along with Tom and Maddie, who want to be there voluntarily because families stick together, the emeralds light up, spin around in a circle, go into him, and then it looks like Robotnik crushed him because he brings the foot down. But then he feels a movement, and then there's a golden glow, and then there's Supersonic. I knew he was coming, but I was not ready. Like, I knew from the leak of the toy and McDonald's. Yeah, thanks McDonald's for probably ruining the best part of the whole movie. Um, I knew he was coming, but I was still not ready for the scene because like, it reminds me so much of Goku. And no, I'm not just counting that because Supersonic is a Super Saiyan knockoff. Okay, no, I'm saying it is like Goku because he literally has that moment where he's like holding up the foot and he's just glowing with energy. And it reminds me so much of the scene in Return to Cooler, the DBZ movie Return to Cooler, not Return of Cooler, Revenge of Cooler, movie 5, when Goku is pinned down to the earth with a death ball, and then just finding a way to just find his strength, just lifts it up, and then uses a Kamehameha to blast it back at him and into the sun. When Supersonic lifted up that foot, that's what it felt like. I was getting goosebumps. Like, dare I say, it was just as good as the Super Saiyan's awakening. Like, it was so good and so well done here. So then Super Sonic and Eggman have a little uh, back and forth after Sonic finishes sawing the head off, so Robotnik has no protection. And then he says it's over Eggman, and they have a little thing, and then Eggman tries to trick him into a false sense of security. But he's supersonic, he doesn't fall for it, and he just goes like this. And then he destroys the arm, and then he flies around, destroys the robot. And then in reference number 8 of this review, I don't know how many I've made by now, probably a good few. He ends the battle, but the final hit being just a light little tap. Just a light little tap. Not a big punch like Goku would do, or a blast like Vegeta would do, or a dicing like future Trunks would do. He just ends it with a nice little tap, which is just enough to send the robot careening down. And I know what you guys are going to say, and I know exactly what I'm going to say too. It's a reference to 06. Now, I hate that game more than pretty much anything, aside from Dragon Ball Evolution, but, oh yeah, and speaking of Dragon Ball Evolution, do you know that Disney owns that now? Yeah, they technically own the worst movie of all time. I don't think Disney knew what they were getting into when they made that Fox deal. But anyway, moving on from that crap, it is directly referenced to 06 in the beginning cutscene when Sonic is dashing around in the circle, destroying all the robots, and he finishes the final one with a nice little tap of his shoe into the chasm below. And he pretty much does that too. And then Robotnik is just like, oh, so it's like that? And then it's so funny. And then he brings back down, and then when Knuckles says, do not touch him, he's not the Sonic you knew. I had a bad feeling it was going to be like Fleetway's Sonic when he would suddenly turn bad, like into a psychotic villain. And it looked like he was about to do that because he raises his hand, this cloud forms up in the sky, and you're standing there like, oh no, what's going to happen? And then he summons a chili dog. And then he's like, oh, you should try one too. And then he sends one to Knuckles. It splats all over his face. And he's like, never mind. He is exactly the Sonic you knew. Oh, I laughed so hard at that. And then it cuts to a while later when they're all playing baseball again. Again, nice callback to the first one. They're all playing baseball, and they're trying to teach Knuckles how to bat. And Knuckles, being the fish out of water blockhead that he is, puts down the bat and hits the ball with his fist, sending it through the scoreboard, sending it directly through the scoreboard, which I think is the same exact scoreboard from the last movie, which makes it even funnier. And he's like, ice cream sounds great for a victory where I beat you in the game of the base and the ball. And then there's a little heartwarming moment when Sonic calls Tom his dad, and they have a hug, and then they're getting ready to drive off, and then Sonic drives back. And another little detail I forgot to reference. Sorry, I know this is a bit of a ramble, but Just bear with me. After Sonic returns to normal, after he sends the emeralds away and they scatter like Dragon Balls, Knuckles takes all the broken pieces of the Master Emerald and reforms it using his own power. And now they know they have to keep it safe. So they found a great way to explain both the existence of the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald and how they're now two separate entities. Which was a really nice explanation. So, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails are now the protectors of the Master Emerald, and they keep it in an ice chest. And they forget that ice chest when they drive off. So Sonic runs back, grabs the chest, and then runs back to the truck, puts it in, and then sits in the back of the truck as it drives away. And then came the credits. And then let's talk about that post-credit scene, because I know that's probably what all of you are here for me to do, right? So it picks up at the end of the battle when Gun is searching for Robotnik, and they think he is dead. He's toast. Good riddance. And then we see that one of the gun agents is actually Agent Stone, who snuck in with an outfit. And then the other gun agent, one of the female gun agents, talks about when they were wiping all of Eggman's files off the database, they found something. A document dating back to over 50 years. And they said it was coordinates. And we cut to what's probably, if I assume, it's the Ark space station from Sonic Adventure 2, reference number 9. And this red capsule starts lifting up out of the ground. That capsule chamber starts lifting up out of the ground. And then we see the little glint. And then the reveal. With the concluding with the commander saying, "My God, Project Shadow." And then we see Shadow's eyes open and lightning in his eyes. Yep, Shadow's in the movie. He is going to be the main villain for Sonic 3. And I freaking called it too. Because back when Sonic 3 got announced, and they showed the logo, and the 3 was red, like, immediately in my head, I thought, Shadow. Immediately, I thought Shadow. And everyone was saying I was wrong, and that it was going to be Metal Sonic, and that I clearly didn't know anything. So, for those people, here's my message for you. Ha 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 ha! Told you so! Ha 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 ha! Told you so. And man, I lost it just like everyone else did when this was revealed. His design is perfect. They got his spikes right. They got the eyes right because they got the lines. They got the lines right. He's got that texture which looks amazing in black. They got his chest fur right. It's not 100% sure, but it's close. And we don't really get a good look at his shoes, except for like one little brief moment, but they looked accurate. They looked like his rocket shoes, straight out of the games. And of course, yes, they also have his eyes right, and we can't really tell what his muzzle color is because it is a little discolored because he is in a chamber with some kind of stained glass around it. But if I would assume that they are going to make his muzzle for a darker color than Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Just my guess, because if they're trying to stay accurate to the games, Shadow usually has the darkest muzzle out of all the characters. Now, who they're going to get to voice him, I do not know. But people are saying Keanu Reeves, people are saying Jason Griffith. I honestly do not know. All I know is that this reveal is badass, and I lost it just like everyone else did. Even though I didn't lose it as much as you guys did, because I got spoiled. spoiled the day before by an a-hole on Facebook. Yeah, I had some choice words for that guy, that's for sure. But with that concludes my spoiler review of Sonic Movie 2. I know I obviously didn't talk about everything, but I just wanted to mainly talk about the final battle, because it was the best part of the whole damn movie. So, it's still a phenomenal movie, full of laughs, full of action, and Sonic fans, you are going to absolutely adore it. Trust me. And, to the critics out there that are saying it's stupid, or saying that it's not as good as the first one, you, sir, are an idiot. Just saying. But that's going to conclude for this review. I'm going to go sleep now because I am tired and I've been talking for over half an hour. So, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys. Oh, wait, I can't leave yet because this is the final video of Sonic Month, isn't it? Well, I guess this is it, right? After a whole month of talking about our favorite little blue blur, it's really over. The month is over. This is the final Sonic Month video. I mean, yeah, obviously you still got the plushies kids to look forward to, which I'm gonna wait till the 10th to start posting, not the 10th, the 15th to start posting those, because I need a few days of break, because I've been doing this all month, and I need a bit of a break. So, the uploads are going to start getting more sporadic, and there won't be another theme month for a while, until June, for SpongeBob Month 3, because I am not skipping that. So, for now, we say goodbye to our favorite blue blur, and thank him for giving us another phenomenal movie. And yes, all the merch was more than worth it. So, anything you want to say, Sonic? Yeah. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Animation Station. And go see my movie. It's truly extraordinary. Sonic! Yeah, Tails? Yo, Chili Dog! Chili Dog! That's my Chili Dog. Bye! Thanks for watching! Couldn't have ended it better myself. Thanks for watching, guys. And until Sonic 3, this is Sayonara, Sonic the Hedgehog. Until we meet again. Take care, guys.